I'm going to take you on a quick tour of 3 local lakes. There'll be Kepler Lake, Bradley Lake, Echo Lake, and Matanuska Lake. Probably spend most of the time here on Kepler Lake because it's one of my favorites. Make sure to subscribe to our channel because we're going to continually update you about information in the Matanuska-Susitna Valley. Kepler Lake Campground is owned by the Kepler family, and it opens up usually around the end of May every year. Really nice little campground. Wasn't more than a week ago, people were driving on here. This is the bridge under or over the channel between Kepler and Bradley Lake. And you can see just about breaking up right there. I can't quite see the ground, but another day or so, I wouldn't want to walk out there. And you'll see people fishing here as soon as it does break up because rainbows will hang out right underneath this. Right after I said I wouldn't want to walk out there, this couple jumped right out on that ice, pulling their sled and heading out to go ice fishing. It's good ice fishing in both these lakes, Bradley and Kepler Lake, and you'll see people ice fishing there all winter. Even though Kepler Lake Campground is private, there is public access. It's right here at the boat launch. It goes into Bradley Lake, and then you'd need to go under that bridge through that canal and over into Kepler Lake if that's where you wanted to go. There's a sign here showing the Kepler Park trailhead, and there's quite a system of trails back in there. There's another sign over on the Matanuska Lake campground that maybe is a little easier to read, and I'll take a picture of that one too. But if you're going to go back in here, it's definitely worth taking a good look at that sign. Right across from Kepler Lake is Echo Lake, and you can park here at the public parking area. This is another lake that's stocked by fishing game. In this one, they have landlocked silvers. It's a little bit steep to climb down to the water, but there's good fishing in there sometimes. Worth checking out. And then only about a half mile west is the Matanuska Lake, and it's another nice park. Matanuska Lake is also a stock lake, good fishing in it. I know there's char in there, lots of rainbows. I think there's some grayling in there too. Definitely worth it. There's some nice hiking trails and some docks on it. Nice place to take the family. Both Kepler and Matanuska are a nice place to go with small children, go for a walk. Matanuska Lake has some interesting signs. It's also a trailhead. It goes to the same trails that you see on Kepler Lake. So take a look at this sign and then take off. You can see all that woods in there. You can go biking, hiking, all sorts of things. But it also has a nice interpretive sign here. And you can look at those, read those about glaciers and how the land was formed. I think this is a good time to take a good look at the Matsu Valley. Let's take a look at it here. Here's a real interesting view. Here is, let's see, I think that's Kepler and Bradley Lakes right here. That's Matanuska Lake, so that must be Kepler and Bradley right here. Let's see, let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there's Kepler, and there's Bradley right there. Okay, and Long Lake, Matanuska Lake, and you can see these other lakes, but see these moraines right here. Those are interesting. I think those are all caused by glaciers. They're real sharp-edged. But then look at this when we zoom out. And this is just an interesting view of the valley. I really like this hillshade from the Borough. See these more smooth edges, and especially down here, these appear to be caused by water to me. Those of you that are real geologists, and I'm not one, sometimes I pretend to be, but I'm not one, might know more about this, but this just looks very interesting to me, and it's interesting how this valley is shaped. This is a real good overview. You can see all these lakes out here. You see they all run the same way, and these right here run basically the same way. And then you have this little collection of moraine lakes right here. So take a look at this map. on the borough's website if you wanted to know more about these areas. It's an interesting map, and you can see a lot. I teach a Sunday school class at my church, and one of our traditions is every year the kids and their parents all go down to Kepler Lake, and we just have a good time, a cookout, just as soon as it opens up, usually right at the end of May. You can see we sneak under that bridge. It's a low bridge. You got to get every head down, make it through there. But it's kind of fun. I bumped my head more than once going under that bridge with a bunch of kids. Kind of fun, though. And we fish all over that lake. It's really a good time. Go down a little bit, yeah. We cook whatever we catch, and usually we don't have enough fish to feed everybody, so we always come prepared with hot dogs and hamburgers and, of course, plenty of other goodies like marshmallows. But you never know what you might cook up there. So check out Kepler Lake, Bradley Lake, Matanuska Lake, Echo Lake. They're all within a half a mile of each other. They have good camping, good fishing, good hiking. Just a real jewel right here in the middle of the Matanuska Valley.